How are you, Quiva?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you there, yeah.
Oh, great. How are you?
Good and good.
I'm just going to make sure you can see me, so I'm just going to move this a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start standing, but I think I'll leave it this way so that I don't forget to change it, but let me see if you can see me standing. So am I too far away or too dark?
Are you able to put the, is it on an iPad or a laptop, is it?
It's on an iPad. I can put it this way and then change it when I'm on the mat.
Yeah, perfect, yeah. Or if you put it up on a raised level, if you have like something to put it on.
Yeah.
Like a chair or something.
Yeah, let me get something. I'm only getting used to the Zooms now. I've done a few myself, but all the technology.
Grand. It's just a few buttons on your live.
Yeah.
I'm just adding everyone in here, and we'll probably start the class, guys, here at like 6:02 or 6:03, just because quite a few people usually arrive in just in the nick of time. So. Am
I very dark? Can you see me? Am I very dark?
Yeah, I can see it. It is quite dark though.
Let me see. It's not usually. Let me see. Let me turn on the lights. Does that make a difference? I have my ring light and everything.
The ring light is on, is it?
Yeah, maybe let me move it closer to.
If you have the ring light and you just close the shades.
Yeah, shades are closed.
Okay.
Unless I'm.
Suppose it's it is very sunny outside.
Yeah. Wait, let me see if I can move this way and then that way, like the light isn't.
Yeah, that's much better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me move the things around. Are you gonna do it as well?
I need to go down to the park and shoot some videos with one of the trainers. So.
Oh really?
Shoot off about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. Okay, so.
Guys, if any of you guys want to turn your videos on and Quiva can correct your form from time to time, if this is your first Pilates class, turn your visual on. If not in your natural, then you can leave it off, it's no problem. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock. Okay, we're going to give it like 2 more minutes, and then I will give it over to Quiva, and then she will take the class for the next 60 minutes. Guys, if you have any problems, just leave a little message in the chat box. But we should be all good to go in the next minute or two.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to get all this technology, isn't it? It's right.
We're lucky we have it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, isn't it?
We'd be lost without it.
Are you doing many sessions in the evening times online?
We have every morning, lunch, and then evening time.
It's amazing.
3 classes a day, yeah. But I think everyone's dying to get back outdoors as soon as possible.
Oh, I know.
Especially in this weather.
I know. It's nice enough to do the workouts outside. I thought I'd never be one of those people who would work out at home, but I love it now.
Yeah, no, I'm surprising people do enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
that first one.
I'll probably get people staying on for the online workouts. All right, guys, we're 6:02, so I'm going to hand it over to Quiva. If you have any issues again, just put the message in the chat box. But Quiva will take over from here. Quiva, I'll keep adding people in for the next few minutes, and then I'll transfer you over as host.
That's perfect. Okay.
So over to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Quiva. I'm taking this session today, and thank you very much for bringing me into this session today. I suppose you're working very hard every day, and it's fast and it's intense, but we need to slow down sometimes as well. So this session, we're going to go through some lovely stretches, but as I like to call it, the powerhouse, your whole core. We're going to be working that as well. Now we're going to start standing, and I have my screen this way, but when we come down onto the mat, I'll change my screen around. Okay, so we're going to start standing. Let me just put mine up. And if you have any music in your background, you can pop it on, but I won't because it interferes a little bit. I'll change my screen around. Okay, so we're going to start standing. Mark, is that up? And if you have any music in your background, you can pop it on, but I won't because it interferes a little bit. I'll change my screen around. Okay, so we're going to start standing. Mark,
yeah,
is that up? If you have any music in your background, you can pop it on, but I won't because it interferes a little bit. I'll change my screen around. Okay, so we're going to start standing. Mark,
yeah,
is that up? In your background, you can pop it on, but I won't because it interferes a little bit. I'll change my screen around. Okay, so we're going to start standing.
Hello. One sec. Well, you don't want to mute your own self.
Myself now. Yeah, I can hear myself talking after myself. Anyway, let me see. Maybe I'll turn down my volume and let me know if you can hear me, okay?
I can hear you fine, yeah.
Perfect, okay. I have my volume down. Okay, guys, sorry, we'll get started.
You don't want to mute your own self.
Myself now. Yeah, I can hear myself talking after myself. Anyway, let me see. Okay, so standing. Maybe I'll turn down my volume and let me know if you can hear me. I want you to have a look down at your feet. Perfect, okay. Spread your toes out for me. And now we're feeling that a little bit more balanced.
You don't want to mute your own self.
Our thighs are soft. Yeah, I can bring our arms up after myself. Anyway, then through the back. Arms up. Let me know if you can hear me. And then we're going to roll down. So spread your toes out for me. Chest. Feeling that roll down for me. Now keep your knees bent slightly. Keep your hips where they are. Hang out here at the bottom and then roll back up. We'll bring those arms up again, extending through the spine. Let's bring that breath into play. We're going to inhale, chin to chest, rolling down halfway. And we'll start to exhale then to finish that roll down. Getting that little bit lower, elongating through the back muscles, the hamstrings. And exhale to roll it all the way back up. Let's go for 3 more. Remember that extension at the top. Inhale, chin to chest, rolling down halfway. Exhale to finish off that roll down. Take a moment here at the bottom and take a full inhale. Feel the inhale expanding into your back muscles. And then exhale to roll up all the way to the top for me. Stacking each vertebrae at a time. Let's go for 2 more. Arms come up. Extend through the spine. Now some of us might only get halfway down, and that's our bodies today. Depending on how tight your back is, working with your own breath cycle. I'll always suggest a breath cycle, but if it doesn't suit you or you're at a different breath cycle, that's fine. Let's go for 1 more here. Trying to get that a little bit lower. Keeping the hips where they are. Bending the knees softly. Taking an inhale at the bottom and then rolling up through the spine. We're going to take a wider stance now here. So wider stance with the feet. Take the hands behind your head. And in this position, stack your spine, but keep your ribs over your hips. So don't allow the ribs to flare. We're going to go for a lovely side bend. So drop your right elbow down towards the right foot as far as you can. And then come back into center. We're going to inhale, opposite side, side bend. And exhale to stand tall. 4 more. Use your breath to help you and to control this movement. Really feel the stretch in the side body. Take it slow. Control it. And keep center nice and strong. We're going to head into 2 more here. Notice now that elbow is dropping down a little bit further. We're opening up through the side body. And then head into your last one. From here, standing tall, we're going to roll down. We're in a wider stance this time, so chin to chest. We're not pulling our head down with our hands, but we're just guiding ourselves. Roll down halfway for me. And allow the arms then to hang down towards the floor. And then roll back up, standing tall. We'll do that one more time. Hands behind the head. We're going to go for 2 side bends. Nice and slow. Stretching through the side body. Lovely. Taking it back up to center. Over to the opposite side. Center. Chin to chest. Let's roll it down. Halfway. And then we allow the arms to hang down. Take a moment here. And then we'll roll back up. So feel the difference of just moving your feet to a different position, how different that roll down feels. Now, take a wider step for me. Feet parallel. We're going to kick our hips over to our right hand side. So really kick those hips as far as you can. You're going to feel a really nice inner thigh stretch. Now, we're going to hinge forwards and bring our bum back in space. Half circle. Keeping that back nice and straight on the way forwards. As that chest drops down. And then your hips are kicking up to your left hand side. You'll feel some cracks and you'll hear some cracks. On the way forward, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes. You're going to feel a really nice opening through the hip flexors. We have 2 more. Take your hands in front. This is a slow and controlled movement here. When you do this in the morning time, you'll crack a lot more than you do in the evening because you've been walking around and moving. 1 more, and then we'll go to the opposite direction. Moving to the hips here. And now we'll kick our hips over to our left hand side. Take a moment. Kick your hips back in space. So again, we're just warming up, standing up first, and then we're going to take it down onto the mat. Again, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, and you'll feel that opening in the hip flexors. Let's head into 1 more. My hips are cracking. You guys get to hear me and I don't get to hear you guys. And then release. Take the feet in nice and slowly. We're going to move through the feet. So start to walk your feet out for me. We don't move our feet enough. Again, you're going to hear some cracks, some niggles. Walk them out. Let's bring in the arms. We're going to raise 2 heels off the floor. Up with the arms as high as you can and control it. Bring the heels down. Now, as you do this, you're working to strengthen your ankles here. But on the way up, I don't want to see your feet coming out to the side. So really center those feet. Control it. We're going to go for 2 more. Use your breath. Last one. Keeping those ribs stacked above the hips. And release. All right, we're going to go into a little bit of breath work. This is amazing for anyone with any back pain. So take your feet about hip distance apart and come down into that low squat position. Take your arms and wrap them around your shins. Drop your head for me. This is amazing once you feel it, all right? Because we're restricting the front area, the breath is actually going to make its way into our back. So I want you to take your right hand to your lower to mid back. All right? Leave your head down. And on that inhale, I want you to really inhale in towards that hand. You're going to feel your back expand. And on that exhale, feel that lovely release. Now, if this is causing you any pain in the ankles or anything, you'll want to take a couple of cushions and sit on them. Let's change over hands. Left hand comes to lower, to mid back. Leave your head hanging. And think about that 360 breath. Big inhale and a big exhale. Let's take one more. And release. Take your knees onto the mat now and your hands. We're going to come into a box position. In this position, guys, we're going to allow our stomach to fall down onto the floor and looking in front. Then we're going to tuck our tailbone under first and allow each vertebrae to follow. Our back starts to arch. We start to push into the hands and our chin drops to our chest. Now from here, I want you to untuck your tailbone first, untucking each vertebrae. Your stomach falls, your ribs fall, your chest opens, and you get that lovely extension to your spine. Look forward. Keep going for me. I'm just going to move the angle of my iPad. We're going to go for a couple more here. Really nice opening in the chest as you push into those hands. Lovely extension through the spine. Head into your last one. And then from here, release the spine, tuck your toes under, and sit your bum back onto your heels. What you're going to feel here is a really nice stretch underneath the toes. You can come in and out of this. So if it's too much, it's too intense, come in and out of that. Let's just go for 2 more breaths here. And release back into that box position. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Now we're going to go into a movement here. It's a lovely release through the hamstrings, but also working into the shoulders to stabilize the shoulders and the core at the center. So tuck your toes under again. We're going to send the hips high first, all right? So send the hips high, so hover the knees off the floor and send the hips high. And then we're going to go back into that box position, but keep those knees hovered off the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale to lengthen the legs. Heels come as close to the mat as possible. Push through the hands. Inhale back into that box position. Feel the lovely work happening into the shoulders. Stay lifted, really push through those hands. And then exhale to lengthen the legs. The head comes in between the arms. You get that lovely stretch in the back and the hamstrings. Keep going here for me. We're going to go for 5 more. Use your breath to your advantage. Depending on the length of your breath, 4 more. Will depend on how fast or slow this movement is. Let's go for 3 more. Really nice, guys. Well done. 2 more for me. Again, nice long spine when we're in that box position. And last one. On your last one, keep your hips up and we're going to walk out the feet, dropping one heel down towards the mat at a time. Resend your tailbone up towards the ceiling for me. Let's go for 4 more. 3, push into the hands a little bit more. 2, and 1. Drop the knees down for me here, guys. Walk the hands a little bit further out. Drop your hips down, your thighs relax. Tuck your tailbone under here. Untuck your feet and push down into the mat. Lift your chest. Now, if your tailbone isn't tucked under, you're going to get a lot of pressure in your lower back. So tuck your tailbone under. Squeeze your glutes. Hold it here. And then I want you to release down and relax down onto the floor. So chest and stomach on the floor. Take your hands and arms into a W position, so out by your side. Now, really important on this movement that we tuck our tailbone under. Now, as I do that, I get length in my lower back. I'll feel a slight gap between my stomach and the floor. I'm connected here. My hands are out by my side. My nose is pointing down towards the mat. My head is hovered. Now, guys, if anyone has injuries or illnesses, I want you to just judge your own body. If anything doesn't feel right, leave it out. Here we go. We're going to inhale to peel our sternum off our mat, but keeping our eye gaze down, working into the postural muscles. We then relax our chest down. Exhale to relax, but keep your tailbone tucked under. we're not totally relaxing down. Inhale to peel your sternum off the floor again, maybe getting that a little bit higher. And then exhale to release down. We leave the arms by down because we have enough weight in our body for this exercise. Let's go for a couple more here. Again, making sure this is a slow and controlled movement for me. Let's go for 3 more. Again, making sure that the head isn't moving first. So really think about your sternum peeling off the floor and then coming down. 2 more here. Stay connected to the center. Keep that tailbone tucked under for me. Really slow. And then last one. Really nice. Well done. From here then, guys, we're going to reach back with our right hand and we're going to pull our right foot right in and heel comes to my glute. I rest my head down on that left hand. So we're just going to hold this for a couple of breaths. Again, during the stretches, it allows you to tune in with your breath. Try and pull that heel a little bit closer in towards your glute here. If you can, you're going to lift your thigh off the floor slightly. Holding this. Getting length into the quad. And then relax down and lengthen through that leg. Let's swap over arms. So right arm, head is resting down. Left hand reaches back and pulls your left foot, heel in towards your left glute. And we breathe through this. Again, if you can lift that thigh off the floor, do so. But that heel has to be nice and close into that glute. Hold it there. And release that leg down. We're going to push into our hands here and come back up onto our knees. We're going to go into that first exercise again. Do that routine 1 more time. Now, when we do this again, we're trying to see where we can improve, whether it's tuning into our breath again a little bit more, maybe we didn't last time, whether it's doing the move with a little bit more precision, maybe you want to get that move a little bit more flowing. So again, let's come into a box position here. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tuck the toes under. We're going to hover those knees off the floor just an inch. Take an inhale. Nice and strong to the center. Exhale, let's lengthen those legs, send the hips high, pushing into your hands. Your head comes in between those arms, heels, come down towards the mat. Or maybe you're in a bent knee position. Inhale, you come back into that box position. Make sure those knees are underneath your hips. We hover those knees. If you need to bring those knees down in between, do so. Use your breath here. And inhale to come into a box position. And exhale to push up, lengthening through the hamstrings. We have a couple more to get through. Notice that lovely work in the shoulders, keep lifted. And I want you to head into your last one here. After your last one, drop your knees down, keep your toes tucked under, and sit your bum back onto your heels. Getting that lovely stretch into the toes. Again, if it's too intense, you come in and out of that movement for me. Good. Let's just hold this for another couple of breaths. Again, really push into your hands if you can, getting that deeper stretch into the feet. Hold it here. Again, we neglect our poor feet all the time. And then come into a box position. Untuck your toes here, and we're going to come down all the way, down onto the mat. Hands and arms into that W position. Remember, tuck your tailbone under for me. Get length in your lower back. That does not lose engagement, so keep that engagement for me. Here we go. We're going to inhale to peel our sternum off the mat really slowly to your breath. We're going to exhale then to melt our sternum back down, but I keep my head hovered. It's a very small movement here. Your head will rise up naturally, but you don't want your head to start the movement. Keep going. Now, usually people hate anything on their front. Why do they hate it? Because it's hard. And this movement is so beneficial for your posture, because we really are reaching the intrinsic muscles that we don't get to reach when we're in classes. You know, we're slowed down now. We're going to go for 3 more. Well done, guys. Tuck your tailbone under. Stay connected. 2 more. Really nice. To the length of your breath cycle. And then last one. Lovely. Stay lying down. Let's reach back with our right hand. Pull your right foot in towards your right glute. This time, we rest our head down onto our left palm. This time, again, you're actually going to get that a little bit further. So pull that heel right into the glute. So just resting your head down onto your hands or your forearm. Again, if you can, squeeze your glute and lift your thigh off the mat. Hold it here. Leave some lovely side work after this, which is going to challenge you, but then we have a lovely stretch afterwards. Release through the leg. Let's go to the opposite side. Pull that heel in towards your glute. Rest your head down. And if you can, pull your heel right into your glute. Lift your leg. Squeeze your glute. Lifting the thigh off the mat. Trying to keep your knee in line with your hip. Holding it here. Breathing for me. And release through that leg. We're going to come onto our side now. And I promise we have some lovely work afterwards on our back. So come onto your side body. This next one is a really good one, again, to reach those intrinsic muscles. You've probably never done it before, unless you've done a Pilates class. But it's really challenging as well. So lying on your side, create the longest lying position you can. That bottom arm is going to be reached along the floor and your ear is going to rest down onto your bicep. We're going to do this one for time and we're going to gradually build up the challenge. So from here, look at that top foot. It's going to be shorter than that bottom foot. Now elongate that top leg. Now our hips are level. All right, from here, I want you to lift your ribs away from the mat. Take that top hand in front. And if you can, lift those legs. We're going to start here for a minute. Really reach the ribs. You should actually be able to put your hand underneath the side body. And we start for a minute. If you can, reach that hand up towards the ceiling. If you have that balance today. Oh, you might wobble. You can take the hand back down. But keep the hips level. Just have to let someone in. Keep going, guys. Think about the longest body you can create here. Point those toes away from me. Again, if you're rocking, if that top hip is falling over the bottom hip, make sure that you realign your body. Relax your head, relax that bottom arm. Really good, well done. We're nearly there. Hold it there. Reach up, lift those legs, inner thigh squeeze, last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Bend your knees up towards your chest. Rest your head into that bottom palm. Now from here, 2 elbows meet. We're going to rest here for a moment. And on your next exhale, that top elbow comes up towards the ceiling. Our hips stay towards me. And your ribs come with you as you drop that elbow behind you. Now my head is lifted slightly off the floor and then it comes down onto the floor. So your head is moving freely. And then you're going to bring that elbow back up to the ceiling and then back in front to meet the bottom elbow. Nice and slow. Allow your ribs to come with you, to roll back with you. And keep your hips towards me. So you're going to get a really nice opening through the spine here. A really nice opening through the chest as well. Nice and slow, guys. Allow your head to move freely. Let's go for 2 more. And last one. All right, we're gonna come back into that position again. It's nice and gentle on the shoulders. We could have done other things, but I want it to be gentle in this class. So let's make a long body again. Point those toes away. Head is rested. So my wrist is in line with my shoulder and all the way down. Point your toes. Now feel the gap between your hand, your ribs, and your side body. But to be able to do that, you need to engage and lift. Otherwise, you're going to be flat to the mat and you're not going to feel this. Lift. Here we go. 1 minute. Top hand is in front for a little bit of balance. Let's reach those legs up. Now, just because my legs are reached up doesn't mean that I've collapsed through my side body. If you can, you have the balance on this side. Let's reach that hand up towards the ceiling. If you find that top hip is rocking over the bottom hip and behind, take that hand down and work to lift through the side body. You can actually feel how hard your side body is working here to keep you into this position. Lift those legs a little bit higher. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your heels together. Hold it here. We're over halfway. Relax your head, that bottom arm. Reach those legs a little bit higher. We're nearly there. 15 seconds. I'm going to go into another lovely chest opener now after this last 10. 5, 4, reach a little bit higher in the legs. 3, 2, and release down. Bend your knees up for me. Rest your head again in that bottom palm. Now we're going to take that top hand in front and we're going to draw a half circle in front of us. As we do so, that top shoulder rolls over the bottom shoulder. And then as we bring that hand up above the head, we're going to flip our palms so it's facing up towards the ceiling. And then we allow our ribs to come with us as we finish that circle behind us. Now, if you're like me, you might need to move a little bit away from the wall so you can get that full circle. And then that arm comes in front again. So I can see some people have bent elbows, so I really want you to try go with a straight arm for me. Flipping your palm up towards the ceiling as it comes behind. Now, if you want to get this in a deeper into the chest, you keep your ribs towards me and your hips so that you're getting it into the chest rather than going into that spinal twist. Let's go for 3 more. Really enjoying this one. Good, 2 more. Don't forget about your breathing. A last one then for me. And you're going to use your top hand to push yourself up onto your bum for me. Cross your legs. Now, if this isn't comfortable in the cross-leg position, you can take your legs out and you can bend them here, all right? So in this position, we're going to, again, reach into the side body and we're going to get some rotation in the spine and the body here as well. So take your right hand down. We're going to walk your right hand out to the side. As you do that, your left arm comes up. You bend through the right elbow and you get that lovely side body stretch. You push off that hand to bring you up to center. Opposite side. Left arm comes down. You walk that hand out as that right hand comes up and you go into that lovely side bend. Again, pushing up. Take this at your own pace. If it feels good and you want to hang out here for a little bit longer, do so. But maybe you want to come out of it. So again, take at your own pace. Again, breath cycles can be different for everyone. You might want to inhale to come up and exhale to come over, or the opposite way. Sometimes it's more challenging to change up your breath. But what I always say to my clients is, just don't stop breathing. Let's go for 2 more. Nice. Keep those sit bones on the floor, and last one for me. All right, now I want you to hug yourself. Bring the arms around your body. And from here, we're going to inhale to sit tall, lengthen through the spine, relax the shoulders. We're going to exhale to rotate to one side. You're going to feel your ribs turning over your hips, trying to keep your nose in line with your sternum. And you're going to inhale back to center. Exhale, opposite side. Again, rotating through the upper body. This is a good one for you guys because, you know, your classes are quite intense and you're moving and you're doing different directions, even in kettlebell, and you need to be able to move your spine in many different directions without injury. So really slowing down this movement. It's not a big movement. Again, we don't want to make the movement come from our shoulders and our head. So think about that spine unraveling. Let's go for 2 more. And last one. Lovely. We're going to take ourselves down onto our opposite side now. If you need a break at any stage, guys, just rest and then hop back in when you're ready, all right? So into that side lying position. Hips are stacked. Lengthen that top leg. First of all, I just feel my side body and ribs on the floor. And then I'm going to engage. I'm going to lift through the side body. And then you can slide that hand underneath. Straight away, we're working here. 1 minute on. Hand is in front. Lift the legs. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Reach those hips up or those legs a little bit higher. If you can now, this is my bad side. If you can, take that arm up. But if you find yourself rocking from side to side, leave it down. I'm going to leave mine down on this side. Keep going. So use your breath to control this. I like to inhale through my nose and exhale through my nose, but I know a lot of people will exhale through their mouth. I do think and believe that you can control movements more when it's into the nose, out through the nose. We're holding this for another 20 seconds. So thinking about a nice long body, your head and bottom arm is relaxed here. Point those toes away. Breathe here. If that hand is in front, just 1 or 2 fingers. We don't want to press into it. 10 seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees up to your chest. Elbows together. And we're going to go for those lovely openers. Just trying to let someone in. Good. So allow your ribs to come with you. Keep your hips towards me as that top elbow comes up towards the ceiling and then drops behind you. Lovely. Keep going, guys. So this is a nice one to release through the spine, that mid-thoracic spine, and a really nice chest opener. We're going to go for 2 more. And last one. All right, we're coming back into that movement for our last time. Nice long side lying position. Now really work hard here for a minute. So lift through the ribs, lift through the side body. Hand is in front, and we lift those legs. Time is starting now. Lift those legs as high as you can, keeping your inner thighs squeezed and your feet squeezed. I know you can't see my feet, but you know they're together. My head is rested, my arm is long, and if you have the balance, we reach that top hand up. But just because our legs are lifted and our arm is lifted doesn't mean we collapse through the side body. So really reach the side body, reach your waist away from the mat. You are now halfway. If you need to take a pause, release, and then build those stages, come back up with me. Use your breath. A lot of times your ribs can flare in this position. Unflare your ribs. Tuck them in for me. We have 15 seconds. Reach those legs a little bit higher, everyone. Good. We always can get that extra inch. 10 seconds. Squeeze the thighs. Fitting this in the whole side body, inner thigh. Last 3, 2, and release. Bend those knees up to your chest. And we go for those lovely openers. So your head can be resting that bottom hand. And we draw the biggest circle along the floor. Now, as that arm drops behind you, straighten it out if you can. Palm faces up towards the ceiling. Again, depending on your mobility of that thoracic spine, will depend on how far and how low you can get that hand. But don't push it today, so just go with your own body. Both sides are going to feel a lot different as well. Keep going for me. Really good one for posture, because when we're tight in our chest and our thoracic spine, we've no movement in our upper body. So these ones are just fabulous to do. We're going to go for 3 more here. 2 and 1. Lovely. Use your top hand to push yourself up again onto your bums. And we're going to take ourselves onto the bottom of our mats. So shimmy, shimmy all the way down. And we're going to roll down all together. So bend the knees, hands in front, shoulders are relaxed here. We're going to tuck our tailbone under. You feel one sit bone, the next. Tuck under a little bit more, you feel your tailbone. Tucking under that a little bit more, you feel your lumbar spine, your mid-spine, and your upper spine. Take the hands behind your head, lengthen through your legs, and look that full body stretching. Allow your ribs to flare. Now I want you to take your knees into your chest, and while I explain this next movement, I want you just to hang out here, rocking from side to side, massaging into the lower back here. Really nice. So have a listen or have a look up at me when I explain this next move. I'm going to show you 2 ways to roll up, all right? 3 ways actually. So keep enjoying that rocking from side to side. Arms will be above our head. We're going to unflare our ribs here, really important. We're going to take the arms up, chin to chest. As we do so, we're going to roll up all the way off our mat. We keep the C curve and we keep this stretch above our thighs. Now we don't collapse, so we're stretching. It's a spine stretch over our thighs. We then stack our spine from mid upper to upper, sitting tall, and then we tilt our pelvis under again, rolling back. Option number 2, the arms come up, chin to chest, taking our hands behind one leg, pushing into that leg to roll up. When you get onto those sit bones, follow through. Option number 3, if you just can't get up, there might be a bit of mobility issues or strength issues, you're going to turn onto your side, push yourself up, and join us on that spine stretch and roll back. All right, so here we go. Lying down, arms above the head. We're going to go really slow. Inhale, unflare the ribs, take the hands to above your head. On that inhale, bring your chin to your chest and start to exhale to peel your spine off the floor. If you ain't moving, take option 2 or option 3. Keep the C curve in your back, head is in line with the biceps, and go for that spine stretch over your thighs. Take an exhale. Inhale to stack your spine here. Sitting up nice and tall again, shoulders relaxed. And exhale to tuck your tailbone under. And then to roll back. Ooh, 1 vertebrae at a time. Really slow. Take the hands behind the head again. Now I want you to work at your own pace. Inhale, arms come up, unfurl the ribs, chin to chest. Exhale to roll up and stretch above those thighs. Don't collapse. Inhale to stack your spine, release the shoulders. And exhale to tuck that tailbone under. Really slow. This is the challenging part, as is getting up, I know. And coming down. I'm going to go for option 2 just to show anyone. You'll just work at your own pace now. Using your breath. Slow it down. Control it. Again, when we reach those arms up and over, we're not collapsing. Reach up and over, spine stretch. And then we stack the spine from the lower to mid to upper. And then we relax. We enjoy the roll down. 1 vertebrae at a time comes down onto the floor. Keep it going. We have about 2 more to go. Work at your own pace. Really nice. And for everyone, this is going to feel different. If it doesn't feel right for you, why don't you just go into something else? You're going to head into 1 more for me. And then we have a nice movement. Good. After your last one, chill out on the floor, go for a full body stretch. Reach those arms above the head, point those toes away, long body, allow the ribs to flare. All right, from here, let's take the arms down by our side and feet on the floor. Bend your knees. I want you to bring your feet in a little bit closer to you now. So your heels are just about underneath your knees here. From here, we're going to do a couple of pelvic tilts. So we're going to tuck our tailbone under, and as you do so, your lower back flattens into the mat. And then we're going to rock our pelvis forwards, untucking the tailbone, creating that lovely arch in the lower back again, but it's soft, it's not pushed here. So a couple of pelvic tilts, just move through the lumbar spine. Notice as you imprint that lovely stretch happening in your spine as well. The next time you imprint here, you're going to push into your feet. You're going to take an inhale to roll up. Peel your spine off your mat as far up into your spine as you can. Hold it up here. Keep your knees in line with your hips. And take an exhale then to melt one vertebrae at a time back down into the mat. The next time you imprint, pushing through your feet, you roll up again. Now, instead of having the pressure going in towards your shoulders and head, two things. Reach each vertebrae up in this direction. All right, it helps. Option number two is to take the hands behind the head to give it a little bit of elevation. On the way down, you want to keep thinking about tucking your tailbone under and pushing your hips up, so you get that little bit of resistance on the way down. Again, having the hands behind the head might make your neck just a little bit more comfortable. Peeling your spine up off the mat and then melting it back down. A really good one to do in the morning time. As you get to the top of your bridge, I want you to tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, and you're going to get a fantastic opening into the inner thighs. Last one, and a release here. From here, walk your feet out a little bit further. Release the arms down by your side. I want you to find your neutral spine. Now, when I say neutral spine, think about a sheet of paper being able to slide underneath your lower back. But I don't want your ribs to be flared here. Unflare your ribs so that your mid to upper back is on the mat. And then you're thinking about a very, very tiny gap in your lower back, controlling this section. Now, on your next exhale, slow and controlled, we lift our right leg into tabletop position. So that knee is going to be above our hip, really important. If that knee is too close, we're going to imprint our lower back. If it's too far away, we're going to arch our lower back away. Hold it here. Take an inhale into the ribs. And on your next exhale, let's float your left leg up into tabletop without any shift in that lower spine. Hold it here. We're going to do this for time. Breathe for me. You're going to feel like your lower back wants to lift. I don't want you to let that happen. We stay strong here. Keeping your ribs down, keeping that neutral spine in place. Hold it here. If you need to take a rest, drop one leg at a time and then come back up one leg at a time. Again, if you need to just have one leg up and then switch, do so. Hold it for about 5 seconds each leg. Hold it here. 10 seconds to go. Breathe. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and hug those knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. I'm going to add on a little bit of a challenge to this next one. If the challenge is not for your body, maybe that lower back is pinching, I want you to stay into the movement we've just done. So here we go. Take the legs down, feet on the mat, walk them out slightly, shrug those shoulders away from the ears. Think about that nice flat back with a tiny gap in that lower back. Sheet of paper is off. Here we go. Exhale. Lift your right leg into tabletop. Take an inhale here. And then exhale to lift your left leg into tabletop position. All right, we're going to go for time. So if this is enough, stay here. If you can, inhale to drop your left leg. Keep the knee bent here. Keep that angle at the knee. It's a hinge from the hip. And then exhale to place that leg back into tabletop. Inhale, opposite leg. As it comes down, Make sure you don't just drop your calves or your hamstrings, then you're not going to feel this. It's a hinge from the hip, keeping that angle at the knee. Lovely. Now, especially when those legs come away from the body, your lower back will want to lift. Don't let that happen. Stay strong in the center. We have another 5 seconds. 3, 2, and hook those knees into the chest for me. All right, one more time, and we're going to add another challenge. So if the challenge is not for you, you take it a step back and don't go any further. Let's take the feet down onto our mat. So here we go. Walk the feet out a little bit. We're going to do this for 40 seconds as well. Here we go. Exhale, lift your right leg into tabletop position. Really slow. Take an inhale, unflare your ribs, strong center. Exhale, lift your left leg, hold it here. Knees are above the hips. If you can, inhale to drop one leg. Exhale to lift. If you want to take it a little bit step further, as you drop that leg, as your toe comes near towards the floor on your mat, you're going to lengthen that leg out and sweep that leg back into position. Time is starting now. Again, if this is too much, guys, hug your knees into your chest and then come back into it with me. Everyone is different. Working into the pelvic floor region here, you're going to feel it, but use your breath. So once you're breathing nice and slow and you can control it, means you're going to hit the right area. If you're shaking and you can't breathe, you need to take it a step back. We've 10 seconds to go. The slower, the better. Again, as you drop that leg, we're keeping the angle at the knee, and then you're lengthening and sweeping. Last 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest for me. Woo, and rock from side to side. Lovely. So now we're going to go into some lovely stretches and some lovely relaxation to stretch the whole body out. So take your feet down onto the mat, and I want you to bring your feet wider than the mat. So really wide. Hands behind the head. And we're going to drop your knees over to your left hand side. So as your knees drop over to your left hand side, you're going to feel a really nice opening through the right hip flexor here. But now in this position, because we're restricting an area in the front of our body, we're going to feel on our inhale, our right hand side, our back and side muscles expanding. And then on that exhale, we release, feeling that tension in our back release. As well, that knee is going to fall to the floor that little bit more, that right knee, without pushing it. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Allow your rib cage, your stomach, your side body, and the back body expand. And exhale, release. Last breath cycle. Relax your body here, guys. Let any tension go. Bring those knees back into center here, and we'll drop them over to the opposite side. So we've worked quite a lot here today. We've worked our center, our side, our back, our whole core. Again, we're breathing here in this position. Take the opportunity on every exhale to release. I'm definitely holding tension even in my neck here, so I just need to let it go. Let's take 1 more breath here. And release. Let's bring those knees back into center. So your feet are going to be on the floor in line with your hips. Your right leg is going to stay bent here. Your hands are still behind your head. Your left knee is going to fall out to the side. You're on the side of that left foot. Now your right knee hasn't moved, or your right leg. And then you're going to lengthen that leg. You're still on the side of your foot. And then as your leg lengthens, your toes point up to the ceiling, your knee is up to the ceiling as well. And then just slide that heel back as close to you can with your body and go again. Allow that left knee to fall out to the side and lengthen through that leg nice and slowly. Really opening up through the hip flexors. Those movements can be a lot of work in hip flexors, so we're just releasing here. And taking the last couple of minutes of this class just to tune in with our bodies. How are you feeling? How are the old bodies feeling today? Let's go for one more on this side. It's amazing because every day is different, especially just like in yoga, they say like practice is so different every day, no matter how strong you are. Left leg stays bent, right leg now drops out to the side, and we lengthen through that leg, staying on the side of your foot, and then lengthen and slide that heel back in as close to the body as you can, and then allow it to drop out to the side again. Keep your two hips and those sit bones on the floor for me. Keep your elbows on the floor if you can. Gentle stretch through the chest. Keep it going here. Let's go for two more. We're going to finish today off with a couple of breath cycles, relaxing the body, and then we'll stand up and go through setup. Let's go into one more of these. And release. Take the hands down by your side, pull your knees into your chest to me, and I want you then to pull your knees apart. So those two knees drop out away from each other. We get that lovely, beautiful inner thigh stretch. I want you to breathe here for me. Allow your chest, your ribs, your stomach to expand. And on that exhale, releasing through the body. Hold it here for one more breath. And then take those knees together, place the feet on the floor, but press your ankles and your feet together and toes are pointed. Take your hands behind your head again. Now control this one. You're going to drop your knees over to your left hand side. Keep your knees stacked and your feet stacked here. Not all the way down. We're going to get that lovely opening through the back. And then use your center to pull those knees back into center. Over to your opposite side. Again, go with your natural breath cycle. So one movement is an inhale, and the other movement then is an exhale. Again, the length of your movement will depend on the length of your breath. Breath and movement together. Let's go for two more. And last one. After your last one, you can keep your knees bent, or you can lengthen through your legs here. Have your hands down by your side, palms facing up. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. And just breathe for me. I want you to take a couple of moments to really allow all that work to soak into the body. How does your body feel now? Now I want you to focus in on your breath. On that inhale, we're going to travel with our breath. I want you to feel your ribs expanding. You can place your hands on top of your ribs here. Down towards your diaphragm, into your stomach. But think about your side body and the back body as well. 360 breath. And on that exhale, follow your breath again all the way out. Creating a little bit of stillness in the mind this evening. Really important for you guys at home to think about your recovery while training as well. So gradually and slowly, we're heading into a relaxed nervous system where we can rest and digest. Our body allows itself to do what it needs to do, including recovery. I want you just to take one more breath before we stand up. On your exhale, any tension left in the body, release. Allow it just to soak away into your mat, no longer placing itself in your body. Take your hands down by your side and roll over onto one side. Use your top hand to push yourself up again. take this, oh, look at my hair, big mess. Take yourself up really slowly. Bring yourself onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under again. Nice and slowly, we lengthen through the legs. We walk the hands in towards our feet, just like you're walking. Allow your body to hang here for a moment. And then in your own time, I want you to roll up through the body. Nice and slow. And just stand off your mat now. I want you to look down at your feet. I want you to have them fist distance apart and parallel. So now we're stacking our bones in their correct position, so that all the work we just did, our muscles now can fire up and hold us and can stabilize us. Look at your knees, feel your knees, make sure they're soft, they're not locked out. Your thighs are soft here. Bring your attention up to your hips, and we're going to do a couple of pelvic tilts again. So take your fingertips to your hips, rock those hips forward. You're going to untuck your tailbone. You're going to get a nice arch in the lower back. Tucking your tailbone under, you're getting some nice length in your back now. And your neutral spine is different for everyone, but it's just somewhere in between where we're not too arched and too straight. Find your neutral spine. Think about that still bowl of water. Stack your spine, but as you do, don't flare your ribs, keep them down. Allow your hands to hang by your side and roll your shoulders back, but really small rolls, they don't have to be big. Keeping your ribs where they are as you do. And then just think about a nice long neck and chin parallel to the floor. And I want you, before this class ends, to notice how your body feels now, that you've stacked your body in the right position. Notice how strong and stable you feel. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, my name is Quiva. Thank you for having me today. And maybe I'll be back. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Quiva.
You're so welcome. Bye, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. See you later.